Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and still with you here on LTV International and our continued live coverage of the runoff of the first phase of the parliamentary elections here inside Egypt. And I'm delighted to be joined over the telephone by Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Economy and Political Science from Al-Azhar University. Dr. Hassan, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. Doctor, let's talk a bit about, do you believe that the Egyptian citizens' awareness has changed over the last period of time? Do you think they are now more oriented towards choosing their representative or their lawmaker who is capable of representing them in Parliament?
Actually, we can say there are steps that were taken to ensure that the country is heading towards a good margin of democracy. And I think that to answer your question is one of the questions that would be answered in the performance of those people who are elected in the parliament. So this remains to be seen.
Yes. Doctor, let's talk a bit also about the whole process of inviting voters to choose their lawmakers. How does this solidify the whole process of democracy inside Egypt?
Actually, it is a very good step towards making the decision-making process a larger one and a more effective one. And we need a lot of collective decision-making in so many of the cases and the conflicts that we are facing and the challenges that the country really faces now and in the future.
Yes. Now, the doctor also, the elections have witnessed the presence of the foreign media as well as international observers, human rights officials. What are your thoughts on this and your take on their reception and reactions after observing the whole process?
Actually, this step on the part of the state shows that the country now, after getting into a stability course, is opening up for the international community to be a witness, to be there to watch the process, which is a very good step to take.
Indeed. Do you see the political parties inside Egypt having worked or working on the ground to, prior to the elections, to rally their supporters and to campaign and to really turn them out to go and vote?
Yes, there should be some good incentive on the part of the voters to go and to make themselves real participants and real interactant in to put their input into the decision-making processes, which is supposed to be a responsibility in the part of the voters and the responsibility of the state that really give the way and make all the necessary steps to prevent any kind of, the hazards of corona and stuff like that.
Yes.
Everything was taken into account. So I think, yes, it is very important that voters should participate.
Right. Speaking of the youth, Doctor, how do you see their engagement over the last period of time, especially with regard to political life in Egypt?
Actually, yes, we have seen some of the good portion of the youth are trying to get into this process of having a say in the political life in Egypt. But unfortunately, let me tell you that most of the input is in the social media. Now the state is facing this challenge of trying to get those people from the social media to the real life. And we have this is a blessing from God, that we have a huge number of youth. And this is one of the powerful elements in making the future of Egypt a better future. But how to address all these numbers, how to reach them out, how to work a plan that would involve them in a very stronger way and more effective way, I think this is a very challenging task for any state. So this is one of the challenging states that we are supposed to find a way to help us getting all this power directed into the power of the state.
Indeed. Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Economy and Political Science from Al-Azhar University. I'd like to thank you very much, sir, for joining us and for your insight here on Now TV International. Ladies and gentlemen, another short break and we'll be right back. Do stay tuned.